What if Deku was the son of Nana Shimura? Part 2. Now, before I do get into it, I believe this video is being edited by a guy named Duplicity on Discord. And basically, he might be, or she, I'm not sure. They sound like a he, I don't want to assume, but they might be editing my videos after this. That's if you guys do like them. So, or that's if you like his editing style, I guess. So let's get right into this what if. Izuku would come back after training, after the 2 weeks he was given off, and the also extra week off to mourn for the loss of his mother, as he would then arrive, as people would just start apologizing to Izuku or saying how sorry they feel about his mother, to which Izuku would just smile at them and he'd say, "Oh, it's no problem, guys. I've already mourned for her death. There's really no reason to be sad about something for that long." The rest of the class would just nod in agreement, wondering how he doesn't look sad at all. Now, from there, Aizawa would then just tell them that they are going to do a sports festival today. As Izuku would just be sitting there wondering, maybe they should have told me about this. Probably should have came back a week ago instead of taking that break. But who cares? I got more training in. Now, from there, Aizawa would then tell everyone to get onto a bus, as they would all pile onto the bus, as it would then take an hour to get to the sports festival Coliseum. They would then go through a back entrance, as they would then see a big door called 1A, as they would then walk in. From there, it would split off into 2 groups, girls and boys. Now, from there, the girls would go into the girls' locker rooms and the boys would go into the boys' locker room. And now from there, they would see their names on these plates engraved into them by a locker. They would open it up to see their uniforms inside, specifically fitted for them. Izuku would open it up and put his on, as he would then just be waiting for something to happen. Now from there, they would then hear over the intercom that they will have 5 minutes to get ready before having to go out and basically just stand there, and one of them will have to go up and make a speech. Now, from there, how many times have I said from there? Now, they end up just walking out after being called out from the 5 minutes, as they would then hear Midnight yell, "And now can the first year representative walk up to the podium here?" As Bakugo would then walk up to the podium, snatch the mic out of Midnight's hands, as he'd say, "I'm gonna win this damn thing." To which the entirety of the UA Sports Festival and the people around it would just start booing at Bakugo, as Izuku would just be laughing. As Bakugo would then look towards Izuku with hatred in his eyes, as he'd say, "The hell are you laughing at, Izuku?" Izuku would then just say, "You're gonna make everyone target you acting like that, you complete idiot." Now, from there, Midnight would then grab the mic back from Bakugo, snatching it in the same manner he did from her, as she would then say, "Now that ignorant brat is done with his speech, we can get back into the sports festival. Now, let's have the first competition be a race." As she would then direct all of the students to go over to a certain area so that they can race. Izuku would start at the start of the line, making sure he got up there, knowing how cramped those hallways were, looking at it before it even started. Now from there, he would see the doors open and President Mike yell "go," as he would then instantly boost his legs with One for All, jolting himself forward as he would start to run with the full cowling all around his body at around 15%. Izuku would continue this run as he would easily jump over the zero-pointer robots, just trying to make it so he doesn't have to deal with them and the other students do, because he knows if he's going to destroy them, then the other people aren't going to have to and get slowed down by it. And even though Izuku is quite nice and he wanted to do that, he knows this is a competition and he must get first in honor of his mother. Now, from there, my god, I gotta stop saying from there. Izuku would jump down after landing on the robot. He'd jump down and see the second course, or second type of thing in the course. This, of course, would be the Pit of Doom, basically. It had multiple ropes connecting these rock pillars, and they had to climb over the rocks, or the rope. Izuku would just start jumping from rock to rock, having enough power in his legs to do so, as he would then make it to the other side. He would then continue running as he would look behind him to see both Bakugo and Todoroki directly on his tail. He would see all these mines just buried underground with like these little humps of dirt above them. Izuku would plunge his hand into the dirt and grab 2 mines, as he would then start running as fast as he could over the mines, causing huge explosions right behind himself. Izuku would then make it to the finish line as he looked back to see Bakugo and Todoroki just come out of a huge dust cloud. Izuku would then throw 2 mines directly at both of them, as on instinct they would both catch it, only to realize what they just caught. They just caught a mine, as it would then explode in both of their faces, sending them flying back to the start of the minefield, which would then cause other people to pass them, as Izuku would then walk right into the finish line, as the entire crowd would just start cheering and roaring because of how exciting that just was. As Izuku would then just be sitting there, seeing that Bakugo and Todoroki would get 9th and 10th respectively. Bakugo would run over to Izuku, about to hit him, as Izuku would just catch his fist, as he'd say, "What's this for, Bakugo? You know you could get disqualified for that." As Izuku would just start laughing again about how stupid Bakugo is, as Bakugo would then say, "I'll become the #1 hero, Deku. I'll defeat you." "Oh, what's this? A new nickname, huh? Deku. Yeah, it means useless, you useless Deku." Saying useless twice in a sentence doesn't really make sense. Shows how much stupider you really are, Bakugo. If you think you're gonna be the #1 hero, you sure can. Except that's if anything happens to me, because you'll just be sitting on the sidelines as #2, because you're just like Endeavor, Bakugo. Now from there, the second event would be announced, being the Cavalry Battle. Izuku would look around trying to find teams, but to no avail. He would find Uraraka and ask her to be on his team. She would, of course, say yes, having a massive crush on Izuku, of course. He would then find Momo, who would say yes, because why not? Let's just add a bunch of girls that have crushes on him, because you guys, when this premieres, well, if you're watching this after the premiere, but people in the premiere live chat just say, "Ship with this, Deku X Momo, Deku X Uraraka." Let's just add a bunch of people and make it random. Izuku would just find Uchaka, Uraraka, and Momo Yakurozu to be on his team. He would then look around to see, let's say Suyu Asui as well, as he would then be told that he has the 10 million point headband, as the entirety of the crowd of people in front of him choosing teams would just look at him as if he was something they needed, something to live they needed. As President Mike would hand out, or Midnight would hand out all of the headbands, as she would then yell go, as all of this huge crowd of students would just start racing right at them. As Izuku would try to dodge out of the way, as he would then see a bunch of people still coming at him, as he would just be forced to stay on the defensive for the entirety of the 30 minutes, which would end with a horn, as it would signify Izuku just won. And now a quick ad break.
Are you interested in buying yourself some My Hero Academia merch? Some amazing hoodies, shirts with your favorite character on it? From Izuku Midoriya to Shoto Todoroki, Bakugo Katsuki, and Himiko Toga. Go click the link in my description box now and get some awesome discounts from 17% up to 48% off. They offer you free shipping as well. So, what are you waiting for? Link in the description.
Now that the ad is over, we can get back into this what if. Now, the third and final event would be announced to be the 1v1 tournament. It's a tournament inside of a tournament, basically. Izuku would then just be called up to go against a guy named Shoto Todoroki. Izuku would walk up there, as Todoroki would then tell Izuku how he's going to beat him, and it's going to be very easily. It's also because I forgot if Izuku made Todoroki use his fire in part 2. But yeah, so Izuku would walk up to Todoroki as he would hear the start go off, as Izuku would then just jump right at Todoroki and go for a punch. Todoroki would send ice at Izuku, only to have Izuku smash the ice, shattering it into a billion pieces. Izuku would then jump back as he would harness the power of Black Whip and just tie Todoroki around with his whips, as he would then start spinning around and chuck Todoroki out of the arena, to which would cause Endeavor to jump down, as he would then yell at Midnight saying, "That kid used 2 quirks, that's clearly cheating!" As Midnight would then just look at Endeavor with a look of dumbfoundness and the look of pure just wondering how stupid Endeavor is, as she would then say, "Your son has 2 quirks and could have used them too, you know." Endeavor would then be forced to go back up into the stands, as Izuku would be announced to go on to the second round. He would go on to face somebody named Shinso, as he would then be stopped by Ojiro, saying how Shinso has some type of brainwashing quirk and to not talk to him or even say anything. Izuku would thank Ojiro kindly for warning him, as he would then walk up onto the arena, as Midnight would then yell "go", as Shinso would start asking him questions about how good it is to have such a good quirk and how good it is must to have such loving parents. Izuku would continue not to say anything, even though it was hard, knowing that his mother had died. Now, from there, Izuku would then keep on walking, as he would say, "That monkey said something to you, didn't he?" Izuku wouldn't be bothered by this, as he would continue walking, as Shinso would then continue trying to say something, getting even more paranoid, as Izuku would then just let all his anger out, punching Shinso with an uppercut, as his Black Whip would come out of his back and slam Shinso into the ground, as Izuku would then punch him right in the head, as he would be sent flying towards the wall and would then be indented into it, as Izuku would just walk off, with Midnight announcing that Izuku won and will be now going into the final match. Izuku, of course, going up against Bakugo Katsuki, or Katsuki Bakugo. Now, from there, Izuku would walk up onto the arena, as he would then see Bakugo yelling at Izuku that he's going to absolutely destroy Izuku, and how easy it's going to be to show all of these pebbles how strong he is and how weak you are, Deku. Izuku wouldn't really mind this, as he would then just wait for Midnight to yell "start", as Izuku would just be standing there with his eyes closed and his back facing towards Bakugo. The entire crowd would wonder what the heck Izuku's doing, as Bakugo would then just start exploding towards Izuku, as he'd say, "Did your mother tell you not to face back of your enemy?" As Izuku would then immediately turn around, grab Bakugo's wrist, as he would then slam Bakugo into the ground, as Izuku would be standing over Bakugo, as he would then say, "It'll be a long way before you reach my level of skill, Bakugo," as Izuku would then plant his foot right onto Bakugo's face, as Izuku would then just start pushing Bakugo's head slowly towards the out-of-bounds area, as Izuku would then jump up and kick Bakugo right out of bounds, just signifying how much stronger and more skilled Izuku is. And I thank you all for watching once again, for watching this video. I'm sorry for not uploading for 2 days, just wanted to take a small break, but yeah. Also, I would like to thank the editor of this video, Duplicity, on Discord, and there will be a poll up after this goes up, or goes live, to see if you guys like this new editing style. I thank you all for watching once again. Oh, and also, if you like the background music, it's a link in the description. Thank you all for watching once again, and goodbye!